In this video on Dorico 3.0, we're going to be talking about text, in particular tokens, and these have been greatly improved in this version of Dorico. To work with tokens, you need to have text in a text frame. I'm in an engrave mode right now. You can see my green boxes represent text frames, so I can either edit text or add text in here using tokens. You can create a frame if you'd like by selecting Frames over here, selecting Insert Text Frame here, and clicking and dragging. Within any text frame, you can double-click, get your cursor. You can see the new look on the text editor, by the way. I can right-click, and now I'm getting what Dorico calls non-indexed tokens. And I'll show you how you can do a specific flow assignment here later in the video. You can reference all your project info text fields, your flow info text fields. You have a number of choices on how to show the current date or project save date. You have choices for pages, music symbols, and you can get a nice flat sign instead of a lowercase b. You have layout, name and number, player name and list, and you have staff labels, full and abbreviated here as well. Let's go into project info, dedication. I'm going to go ahead and hit escape, and here's my dedication. Let me show you the source of this text. I'm opening up my project info window, project dedication to Katie. Let's hit escape. You can also do this in write mode. You just need to know where the text frames are. Let's switch to write mode. And I have a text frame in this area here, which by default will show the composer. Let me double click, and you can see it says Flow Composer. And a token is created by showing left bracket @ symbol, reference, and then @ symbol and right bracket. So let me change that. Clicking in here, Command A to select all, and I'm going to right click, and now I'm going to go into the project info, composer. I can hit escape to get out of that, and now it shows my name. Again, if we open up project info, project, composer, and my name. Let me hit escape to get out of that. You can also use tokens in the project info window. Let me show you the result of that. I'm going to double click here, select all, right click. I'm going into flow info and title. I'm going to hit escape. And you can see I have a nice C flat symbol here. Most importantly, the flat symbol. Let me go back into project info. And I'm going to navigate to my first flow called Ballad 01. And if we look closely, you can see the word flat is wedged between the brackets and @ symbols. And that's what brought up the music symbol. So here's an example of using a token within the project info field. You can also use standard music font layout glyphs or smoofles. And let me show you how this works. I'm going to flow to title. And here I've copied and pasted the code of a glyph from the Smoofle website. And we'll show you that in just a moment as well. Let me hit escape, get out of this, double click here, and I'm going to add the number 2. So now I'm telling Dorico very specifically, I want it to go to flow 2. I can hit escape, and you can see this bridge clef that I brought in. So where do you go to get this? Well, let me show you here. I can change this, right click, flow info, other information, and after the word flow, I'm typing in 2 because this is where I have it, hitting escape. And here's the link, https://w3c.github.io/smoofle, and that is an F and an L, hard to see, /gitbook/. And if you go there, you'll find hundreds, if not thousands, of glyphs, and the number is growing. Find something you like, copy and paste the code number, insert it between the bracket and @ symbols, and you've got it. Let's talk about one other use of tokens that might help you out. In my score, I have this part called keyboards. If I go to the part, it's called harmony. In fact, tab is called harmony as well, and here's why. Let me go into setup. Initially, it was called harmony. I changed the name to keyboards by going to edit names. I typed in a long and short name, click on OK, and that's what's showing up in the score. The part makes reference to the layout name. We double click here. You can see here it says layout name. Let me go ahead and select all, right click, staff label full, hit escape, and now the part says keyboards. So this is an easy way to make sure your parts agree with your score. And now it's very easy to add bold, italic, and underline. Let me go ahead and double click this, select it. And if you use Command or Control, depending on your platform, B for bold, I for italic, U for underline, all the while holding down the modifier Command or Control. I'm going to hit escape to get out of it, and you can see my text is now bold, italicized, and underlined. A couple other things related to text. Let me go ahead and make a selection here, and I can add fingering, Shift F. I'll just put 1, 3, hit return, and I have fingering. And what I'm about to show you is based on selection. You can remove or reset fingering by going up to Edit, Fingering, Reset Fingering, and it removes the fingering for you. Lastly, Dorico will now let you know if you're missing any needed fonts when you first open a project. There's a new preference. Let me open up Preferences here. I'm in General, Files, and I can navigate down to Opening Projects. Warn when projects use fonts not installed on this computer. By default, it's checked. If it's checked and you're missing fonts, you'll get a window that allows you to simply ignore the problem, or you can navigate to different font families and styles, and any modifications are saved with the project. So that's all I'd like to cover on this particular tutorial. Remember, when working with tokens, you're going to be in text frames, which are quite visual in engrave mode. You can modify existing simply by double-clicking, selecting all if you'd like, and navigate to your menus here, and reminding you you can create your own text frames. Double-clicking, right-clicking, grab whatever you need there, hitting escape or clicking out of it. Go back to full score. We have our link here to the Smoofle glyphs. And if we open up the project info, we can see I copied and pasted a code there. I also took advantage of the music symbol, the flat sign here. And as these are non-indexed tokens, you will need to type in the flow number if you want something other than flow 1 after the word flow in the token. We brought in an edited staff label here, so our part agreed with the score. Double-clicking on this, staff label's full. We can now do Command or Control, B for bold, I for italic, U for underline. Removed fingerings via Edit. Fingering, Reset Fingering is now grayed out as there's no selection. And lastly, within our preferences, there's a new preference under Files. Warn when projects use fonts not installed in this computer, and you have a number of choices if that window opens up. Let me hit escape and get out of that. And that's a wrap. As always, thanks for watching. Hope this gives you a tip or trick or two, and we'll catch you on the next one.